Welcome to the Code, a safe, warm place. I am Tawansa Simmons, the CEO and founder, and I am here with another one for you all. I just hope everyone's doing beautiful out there, having a good day. And today, we are going to be talking about the spiritual properties of garlic. And I'm excited about this one. That is something that I am going to be adding to this channel is different spiritual items. As we all know, if you all have seen the movie Pocahontas, Pocahontas believed that every living item or every living thing has a spirit, has a name. So garlic is a living thing and it has a spirit, okay? So we're going to be talking about 10 things that we can do spiritually with garlic. We know we can eat it and some of the health benefits of it. But now let's think a little deeper and talk about the spiritual benefits. So one spiritual benefit that we're going to be talking about here today is the potent spiritual protection that garlic has. Okay? It's good to have some garlic in your house, your car, your locker at work, your gym locker, your child's book bag, something like that. Just they got, the clothes run all sizes. So stuff like that is what we're talking about here. So across nearly every culture, from ancient Egypt to the medieval Europe, garlic is an ultimate shield. So some cultures use garlic for an ultimate shield. It is believed to create a protective barrier that wards off negative entities, okay, and spirits, and even energy vampires, people who drain your emotional energy, okay? So even if you want to put a clove of garlic under your bed, you never know, you might be sleeping with the enemy. It might be intentional or unintentional that you are sleeping with the enemy. Everybody has free will. So you might want to take a piece of this garlic and set it up under your bed, under maybe one of your pillows, in between your box spring and your mattress. You might want to put a little piece of garlic, even a peel. Even a peel is powerful, sweetheart. You might even want to take a little piece of that peel, okay? So the second thing here that we're going to get into is banishing negativity. So garlic spiritually can banish negativity. This garlic, not only this whole form of garlic, you can also use garlic powder in some of your candles, things like that. Think a little deeper when we're talking about garlic. Garlic is also good for burning as well. The peels too. You can burn the peels as well. Burn it whole like this. Burn the powder. Just burn the peels. Burn one clove. Things like that. All right. So let's talk about banishing negativity. Garlic is often used in rituals to drive away lingering bad vibes or heavy energy in a home. Hanging a braid of garlic near an entrance is a traditional way to ensure that only positive energies enter into your space. So sometimes if you're around some people's houses, you might see them hang in front of their front door a braid of garlic, which is just a bunch of garlic, and they have it in their front door. They might have some bells with it or something like that. I do have things in my front door. I do not have garlic in front of my front door, but actually I do have garlic in front of my front door. Outside, what I do is I just take a couple cloves and I throw them in the bush, throw some in the bush so you can't see it. And that's a way that you can do it if you like, or you can make it visible. It's up to you, okay? So now this is the third one, and this is a very powerful one that I like for the spiritual properties of garlic. So another spiritual property and the third spiritual property of garlic is breaking curses and hexes. In many folk magic tradition, garlic is used to break or observe ill intentions set by others. Some practitioners place a clove of garlic under a bed or chair to absorb negative energy, then dispose of it, often by burning or burying it 24 hours after. So that's kind of what I was saying earlier. If you feel like you're sleeping with the enemy and you never know what's going on in this world these days, you can always put the garlic in under and by your bed. You can even hang it. It's up to you. You know, my thing as far as all these things and their spiritual properties and benefits, excuse me, as you're going on and, you know, living and along your spiritual journey, I always feel and tell myself that, you know, talk to God, your spiritual team, and your ancestors. And talk to your ancestors because they once roamed this world as well. So you want to get real acquainted with your ancestors and, you know, ask them some things and, you know, how they lived and what they used garlic for, and, you know, get in tune, tap in, start, you know, using your spiritual gifts and learning more and more about yourself and the spiritual things around you. Okay. So the fourth thing that we're going to talk about is purification of sacred places. Okay. Garlic is used to cleanse in areas before spiritual work. Because of its strong nature, it is seen as a way to scrub the external atmosphere, leaving a clean slate for meditation or prayer. Something which is kind of new to me, cleaning with it. So if you want to boil just some garlic water and then, you know, spray down your area after you've cleaned everything. That is something that I will start practicing myself as well. And I can even see it being used as a floor wash now that I, you know, start thinking about it and things of that nature. So as far as the purification of sacred spaces in garlic, what I would say is one thing that I have found to be very, very good for me is when you are talking to your ancestors and your spiritual team, they love garlic as an offering, especially when you're expanding your spiritual team. You always want to, if nothing else, offer them some garlic first, because that is something that is like candy to, you know how you got candy to like a sucker to a baby, garlic is to spirits. So just think of it as that, you know, when you give a baby that sucker, they take that sucker and slob it down. They love that sucker, you know what I'm saying? They can't help it, you know. And it's the same thing with garlic. When you're dealing with your spiritual team and your ancestors, you offer them just a clove of garlic, and it's like sucker to a baby. They're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. So let's talk about the fifth thing, which is grounding energy. Okay. Now, in many other traditions, garlic is known as an earthy energy. While some avoid it for the reason during deep meditation, others use it for grounding themselves and to feel more spacely or disconnected from the physical world. So when some people are probably trying to astral project, I could see this happening, where they're trying to astral project and trying to disconnect from the physical world, they will use garlic to help them disconnect from the physical world, to enter in, you know, different dimensions and things of that nature. Okay, honey? All right. So at this channel, we talk about different things that people would not normally talk about. But if you know, you know, you know. And that's the beauty of being spiritual and different and learning about things like garlic and what they are able to help you with. Okay. I have taken garlic and onion baths before, where I just put some garlics. I smashed it to get that you know, the scent and all the nutritions and the good stuff out of it. And I just smashed some of these and I put it in the water with some onions. I slice some onions and I just take a garlic onion bath sometimes. And my daughter, she's always like, oh, you're gonna smell like it. But I never do. I never do. And that's the beauty of it too. When I take my spiritual baths, even with my vinegar, my onions, and all that good stuff that I use, people would think, dang, she using all this stuff, but she doesn't smell like any of the stuff. And that's why I love it. That's why I love it, okay? So the sixth thing we're going to talk about here is boosting your inner strength and courage. Ancient Greek and Roman soldiers often consumed garlic before battle to increase their physical and spiritual fire. Spirituality, it is believed to help you find your inner warrior and stand firm in your personal truth. All right. And that's a beautiful thing. You know, before I do some of my prayers and my meditations, what I would do is I would take a mustard seed. With knowing this wonderful and beautiful information, what I can now do is eat a piece of garlic, eat some mustard seeds, do my prayers, do my meditations, and do my rituals to enhance it all, okay? I can do all that to enhance everything. Basically, like they said, Greek and Romans, like I was saying earlier, Greek and Roman soldiers, they would literally eat a piece of garlic to enhance them physically and spiritually, okay? They didn't just eat this for, strength. They ate this for spiritual strength as well. All right. So now let's talk about the seventh thing, warding off the evil eye. If you know about the evil eye, it's trending, and there's so many different symbols and signs and things like that about the evil eye. You might want to do your research. In the future, I could possibly do a video about the evil eye as well, how to tame it, how to realize it's in your life, how to tame it and control it and make it bow down and respect you, okay? Because the evil eye is affiliated with a serpentini, okay? But we're going to get into that. That's another video. But right now, we're going to talk about this garlic and warding off the evil eye. Garlic is a classic remedy for the evil eye, jealousy or spiteful looks from others. Carrying a small clove in your pocket is an amulet, or as an amulet is said to reflect that negative glaze back to its source. Let me go ahead and recap that once more here. So carrying a small clove of garlic in your pocket or as an amulet is said to reflect the negative glaze back to its source. Okay? Believe it or not, I am one of those people who carry a lot of different spiritual items around me. I carry garlic around me, salts around me, oh my gosh. In my bag sometimes, baby, I got the get up. I got the giddy up in the bag, okay? And if I feel a certain type of way, I might have that garlic, I might have some salt, I might have some eggshells, baby. And you know what I mean? And hey, wherever I'm at, I don't care where I'm at. If I feel a certain type of way, I will use this as an amulet. And I will throw it down by the garbage somewhere where I know they're going to see it at, okay? And it's doing its job. It's doing its job. Hello? It's doing its job. You got to believe in yourself. Everything that I'm saying and that I'm speaking about, when I'm speaking about this garlic got a soul, okay? Or a spirit, excuse me. This garlic got a spirit. And once you realize that, everything that I'm telling you is the powers that's behind this spirit, okay? So you got to start realizing that and using it what it's good for. Not only for, this ain't just good for no honey garlic chicken or no honey garlic marinade or, eating, consuming. It's wonderful for consuming, but it's also wonderful for warding off evil eyes and things of that nature. And also invoking luck and prosperity, which is the eighth thing that we're going to be talking about, okay? So let's talk about garlic and invoking luck and prosperity. In some European traditions, garlic is kept in the home to ensure the family never goes without. Okay? They even have a holiday, which is called the Night of St. John on June 24th, is where they're buying garlic is considered a charm to avoid poverty for the coming years. Okay? That's new to me. I didn't know that. I'm learning here myself at this channel, which is a wonderful thing. So, like I was saying, as the European tradition, listen and hear me out. This is what some of these Europeans is doing, bruh. Wake up. Start waking up. I'm trying to tell you, we're here to grow and learn together. Some Europeans use garlic to bring luck and prosperity, but they also using it. Just like they using it to avoid poverty, they can use some garlic to try to bring you down too. Okay? And I got to sip my coffee on that one because that's the truth. Start waking up. Start waking up. Y'all don't really know this is what's really going on. It's saying on June 24th, they buy garlic. Europeans, they buy garlic to avoid poverty for the next upcoming years. And with that being said, I can also see them on June 24th buying garlic to try to bring down their so-called enemies or whoever they feel like it and trying to bring poverty into their life. But see, that's what's so weird because they'll use garlic to uplift themselves, but then they also try to use garlic to bring that person down, to bring somebody else down. So it's like, are they going to get what they want and then how can you get what you want and you turn around and try to bring somebody else? I don't know. But moving along here, let's talk about the ninth thing with the strengthening your boundaries. Yes, let's talk about strengthening your boundaries. So because garlic has such a strong scent and presence, it is spiritually associated with boundary settings. It can be used in attention-setting rituals to help you say no more. No. So, excuse me. It can be used in intention-setting rituals to help you say no more effectively and protect your personal boundaries. So this is a good no. Okay? So this is a good no. I'm done. I could see this being used as detachment, some type of detachment. You know, if you want to say no and you want to stand on that, add some garlic into what you're doing. Okay? The 10th, aiding in spiritual healing. Garlic is often linked to your root chakra, which governs our sense of safety and survival. By clearing spiritual parasites, it allows the spirit to focus on healing and recovery. Okay? So this is also good for root chakra cleansing. Your root chakra and garlic go hand in hand. Okay? And those are 10 things about garlic that you may or may not didn't know. One thing that I most definitely am going to take away from everything that I just said is adding garlic to my rituals. Like I said, before I do a ritual, before I light a candle, say a prayer, and depending on how I'm feeling, if I feel like I wanted my words to be more stronger, I do eat a mustard seed. Now I can eat a clove of garlic, even if it's just some pieces of minced garlic. I can take a little bit of minced garlic, a little bit of garlic powder, and mix that with the mustard seed. Take that, and now my words is really, really, really standing on business. Okay? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you next time. And we're going to have a different herb to talk about. As you can see, my channel is going to be about a lot of lovely, different, beautiful, spiritual things. And you never know what's going to come out of, you know, what I'm going to be talking about. I really did love talking about garlic, and I'll be talking about other herbs, spices, crystals, and all other types of lovely things, okay? Stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I hype me up. Okay? Have a good day. Stay blessed. Peace and blessings. Take care.